or where did the experience go? The only problem is that all John's changing is the rhetoric. And all he can change as President of the United States, in my view, is the name at the top of Bush's policies. That's the only change. And all that can do is keep America shortchanged. Ladies and gentlemen, you think that, sometimes, we get up here and do all these glib lines about, whatever the subject is. But folks, I've known John for a long, long time. And I know it makes the Democrats angry, but John is genuinely my friend. We've traveled together, we've known each other's families, we've been hanging out together for off and on for the past 33 years. But the fact of the matter is, if you listen to the Republican convention, it confirms what I've been saying that not a lot of people want to listen about. And that is that although there was a great and deserved recognition of the resume of John, and he genuinely is one of the personally, physically greatest men I've ever met in my life, if not the greatest man I've ever met in my life. The fact of the matter is, you heard about, hey, thanks for waiting, everybody. And the fact of the matter is, it sounds as though Governor Palin has a compelling personal story. But the silence of those two speeches was deafening when it came to the things that affect America. I didn't hear the word, I did not hear the phrase, middle class, part of their lips. I did not hear anything about the healthcare crisis we face in America. I did not hear anything about how we're going to help hundreds of thousands of students who can go to college and be able to get to college. I didn't hear a single thing about how we're going to become energy independent. I didn't hear anything at all about the things that matter in the days and the lives of the people I grew up with, the neighborhoods I come from. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen so many Americans get knocked down with so little help, even so little recognition from their government, from this administration. And apparently, there's not going to be a whole lot more recognition of their plight and concern on the part based on what's said so far from the Republican ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, he and Sarah Palin have said nothing about how they're going to bring about change. Unless you think I'm exaggerating, I'm not joking. With all the national press here, name me one single solitary policy that they put forward on matters that truly affect the lives of so many middle-class Americans who are struggling, who have either lost their jobs or are worried about the anxiety of whether or not, now that their home is worth less than their mortgage, how they're going to retire, how they're going to borrow against it as they plan to send their child to college. The anxiety of going to bed at night, staring at the ceiling, knowing you don't have insurance, but knowing that the cost of a premature baby is $250,000 and your wife is pregnant and the doctors just told you, we hope everything's going to be all right. The anxiety that people have. My dad used to have an expression. He said, "Pal, there's only two things, dignity and respect. What things are all about, jobs are about a person's dignity. When you lose your job, you don't only lose your ability to make a living, you lose your sense of dignity, you lose your sense of self-worth. Your notion of you and as you view yourself in the community is diminished. And you think that you're not respected." My grandpa used to have an expression. We're from Scranton, Pennsylvania. He'd say, when the guy up in Manuka, which was outside of Scranton, loses his job, well, that's an economic slowdown. When your brother-in-law loses a job, it's a recession. When you lose your job, it's a depression. And guess what happened? Here in the United States of America, last month they announced, just a couple weeks ago, they announced the unemployment figures. 84,000 Americans in August lost their jobs, 61,000 manufacturing jobs, 604,000